A brief history of the Griffon-class light cruiser. I have never served aboard a finer and more competently designed ship in my more than 100 years of service in His Imperial Majesty's Navy. Admiral Joseph Kozer, speaking of the Griffon class in The Big Gun Admiral, page 389, Cynthia Franklin. The Griffon-class cruiser is an old design that was widely produced in Segmentum Tempestus until the closing days of the 38th millennium. The Griffon is a patrol cruiser through and through, fast and heavily armed. The only shortfalls of the design was its susceptibility to attack craft. During its own time, this was not an issue, and it was fitted with only the barest minimum close-in defense systems. It was lightly armored on its rear, and areas that a ship's guns could never hit, but that a bomber easily could. Against small-scale pirates and Chaos raiding fleets, this was not an issue. But later, when attack craft became more common, the class finally saw its end. The destruction of the Retaliator is of particular note, as it was the subject of a great debate among the Admiralty of the continued relevance of the Griffon. Unwilling to retire such an ancient and lauded class that many themselves had their first commission aboard, it was eventually determined that the captain of the ship, one of only a few thousand survivors, was at fault for the vessel's destruction, and that the class itself was of sound design. Not until the Gallant was destroyed by the bomber wings of the traitor Styx-class carrier Perverse that the faults of the Griffon class finally became inexcusably clear, and the class was finally retired from service. Many of the Griffons were scrapped, though an almost equal number were mothballed as war reserves. At least a dozen such vessels were mothballed around Remold's world, and it is thought that at least 4 of these were seized by Admiral Betley during his rebellion. Alright, I think that about covers it. Yep, that's alright. Can always go a bit more in depth, but this is supposed to be brief after all. Oh yeah. Scribe Apprentice, Percy Blythe, 542992 M41, signing off.